Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming in. Happy pre-Memorial Day. Hey,
Yes.
Monique.
Hello,
Hey,
Monique.
Ooh, happy Sunday. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's get it going. The photos were did not come on all
We
of them
got
come
it.
all the
We
way through,
good.
but Misha got to figure it out. Thank goodness. Whew. All right, so we're gonna start with I didn't know she was that short. What's her name? Shanae?
Sheree. Hold on. I'll get
Sheree?
the clip.
Yeah, Sheree and
Wait, are we live?
are we? Oh,
Hold on. Let
yeah,
me
we're
double
live.
check. Okay.
We're live. It says in a minute 19, minute 21.
Hold on. Let me make sure it's showing on our channels. Is it up? Okay, we're live. Okay. Maybe your thing is just delayed. Okay. Okay. Are we? Bear with us, y'all. Here we go.
You go. What do you want me to do? Okay, there's first home tuber. There's Angel.
All right,
Hey.
I'll play a little bit of the clip for y'all, and here we go.
Okay.
This is day 3, so I'm curious to know. You wanted to see me again, Chef.
Good company. Good conversation.
Good.
That is cool. Are you hungry?
Yes,
I actually want some food. So I'm gonna get
Wait,
some food.
okay, wait. You gonna get my food too?
Yeah.
Okay.
This man was so not absent-minded. He just was not there mentally. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to talk to her. I also think he just don't know how to date anymore. Like he just didn't want to be there. He didn't want to have a conversation with her. What did you think about this? We know that it's tit for tat. We know that the only reason why he even is dating her is because um what's her name? Charlie wanted a closure date.
Right.
So go ahead.
There is that aspect that he's tit for tat, he's petty, but I also saw the aspect that he is very he's an introvert. You've never ever really seen any excitement out of him this whole season. So I think also that's a part of his personality. Like even with Milan, who he claimed to really think was attractive and really liked her, you saw the same type of energy with her where he's just to himself, reserved, he's not fully there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's he's just really busy with work and his mind is all over the place. But I knew he wasn't attracted to her. I knew there was no interest, but I don't think there would be a difference if there was an attraction and interest. So
Yeah, but Misha, I feel like his mind is always all over the place. I just feel like, yeah, I agree with you. He is an introvert. He is an introvert, but I just think his mind's always all over the place. He doesn't even want to be there. He wants things the way he wants them. Even when he's talking to Charlie, he wants things the way he wants them, and that's it. It's actually kind of funny. I just wonder. He just has these walls up. Like, how did Charlie even break down that wall? Has she?
exactly.
Mm.
And maybe that's why she's so tit for tat, because it's even when she got called weak, that was her trying to make him jealous, get back at him. And maybe that's why she's also tit for tat, because that's the only time she gets some sort of emotion out of him.
Yes.
Because whenever making him jealous or the whole
That's when that's
when
the
he
only
threw
time that she
first
can bring anything out of him.
first episode when he threw the flowers away, what did she do? She laughed. And then it was all like fun and games until he told her to take a shower. Then that's when she got in her feelings. I think there is a part of her that likes getting a reaction out of him just because she's not used to getting it.
I'll agree with you because she thought that the flowers was him showing his jealousy. He really cares, and sometimes a woman wants to see that little jealousy part, but then that petty that hurt came through and didn't want him to didn't him not wanting her to eat the salmon and stuff like that. Oh, you have leftovers. That was him going too far. So that's where she was like, mm-mm. Now you're going, and I actually think that's what she said. She said, now you're going too far. Now you're being rude. So yeah. Let's go to this. So what did you wait before we go to Fonzie and the phone call? Let's talk about this date with Charlie and Odell Beckham's baby cousin. You're on mute. Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into this closure date. Let me get this little clip up and running. This little bar thing is in the way. Hold on, y'all. But what did you think about Otis's response? Because at first he said he really didn't care that she was getting the closure date, but then when Dr. Nicole kind of
pushed him,
to explain how he felt about it, what do you think?
I thought it was funny because him, that's again, like you said, him being quiet and reserved and him being like this, like holding everything inside. And I was like, man, you care. You really do care. And you really want to, yeah. And so that was, he finally spoke up. I just thought it was kind of funny. I was like, just say what you think. Because that's what, and Dr. Ponytail, she says the same thing every time they say, okay, I want to date with this person. What do you think about that? She says that every time. I wonder. What did you think?
I thought he articulated himself well. I think it wasn't from a controlling matter or anything. What he was saying was true. It's disrespectful and you're trying to like camouflage it as confidence or something, and it's not. And I agree. I think Charlana, I'll just play the clip because I actually agree with Mr. Odell Beckham.
I know you. Yeah. Yes. And I know you said that you really were backing up what's his name? Otis last time as well, is that all of these little things that Charlie's doing, this tit for tat is not cool. But it's not just that it's rude and it's insulting, but also I'm like, has she told you everything that he's been saying on this date? Like he knew everything. He knew everything that this man is saying. So the first date he said this, the second date he's saying this. Like I said, have you been there? People are telling him what's been going on each date. That's what I got. Go ahead. We can't hear anything.
Why was I muted? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all bear with me. I'm sorry, y'all. Here we go. One more time. We'll just start here.
I can continue getting to know you, but it is what it is. I wish you the best for sure in your relationship. I think that if any drastic changes happen, remember my Instagram. I'm like, damn, if she was 100% ready for marriage, then maybe we would not have gone on that third date. But I guess we'll see.
Thank you for being understanding.
So he said if she was 100% ready for marriage,
yep,
they would not have been on 3 dates.
Yep, I agree. Because there's no, what's the stupid? I think that he was even thinking, what am I doing here on this third, what do you call it, closure date? He was like, what
Right.
am I even doing here?
She really didn't even give the man closure. So I was like,
Nope.
what is this about? It was like, it really didn't make any
It made
sense.
no
Like,
sense. It made no sense. Um, did she ask for that? I'm like, and usually I will say, I think production did this, I think production did that, but not in this case. I'm like, ask for that. I'm like, production doesn't do that because yeah, I just don't think that production would have done that to say, oh, I want a closure date with anybody else. Tavi, maybe. Do you want a closure date with Tavi? All of these other with him, why? So the fact that she got this closure date and then she didn't say anything. I really like you. I really like spending time with you, but I just don't think that we should go out again. Why? Why are you? Why is he there? It made no sense.
but, and also the fact that she was like, I showed Otis your Instagram, and so he knows what you look like.
Yeah. What did you think
What
of
is,
that?
what is the point?
The
Like,
point.
what are you doing? It makes me think. I know people don't like the weak word, but it comes off very weak of her. Like, almost as if she's like, she doesn't guard herself enough. Like, she's so, like, I don't even know the words. I don't want to say broken, but it's
No,
like, I feel like Otis's tactics are kind of
but I
weighing him
do.
down.
I do hear what you're saying. I actually like what you just said. She doesn't guard herself enough. And
Mhm.
I think that I wouldn't call her weak, but the fact that she doesn't guard herself enough, she doesn't put up um choose her words and her ways wisely, choose her, what she wants to. You just don't tell your man, you just don't, she doesn't have to do all of these things that she's doing. And she needs to guard herself. She just needs to guard herself better. That's it. I totally agree with you on that. Mm. What did you think about this wedding dress shopping?
I was over it. That's why I don't care to mention
I
any
agree. I
controversy.
did think that Charlie's dress was pretty. I thought that that was pretty, and I liked Shay's dress on top, but I didn't like the bottom. But I was just like, I think this is a waste of time. Why are y'all even here? Because
It was very much a waste of time. I was like, now Shorty had no business even
no,
daydreaming about a wedding dress, let alone putting one on.
he was just trying to put on a dress because she was stitched because she was there, and she even said, I don't even know why I'm putting on this dress, but she just and I was like, she is uber tiny. But other than that, I was like, is this a filler? Do they need something to fill up this space because in the show, because this is stupid. They could have just went to another restaurant or something like that.
And it looked even sillier for Charlana, who just had this closure date, who needed this closure date to be on this dress, talking about she thinking about Otis. And
And
I'm
then
like,
she's crying or pretend crying. I'm sure, like I said, like Otis did, she pulled out an eyelash or something like that. Oh my
a
gosh.
mess.
It was a mess. It was so stupid. Um, yeah, getting them, what was it? Why do this? To put the women in the mind mentally of being a bride or being married? I don't know why.
I think it's for the effect of the show, like to romanticize marriage. And that was what Shorty kept saying, is like, am I ready for the wedding or am I really ready for the marriage? And so I think that part gets them to fantasize about the wedding, which will kind of push them to put a ring on it, but will the
Mhm.
ring stay on? It's
Well,
like,
and see, here's the thing that we always talk about this too. When you're fantasizing about the marriage, you always call it the hearts and flowers of love. You're all thinking about the fantasy, but are you actually thinking about the wedding or the relationship, the actual marriage, longevity, all of those things? So, and that's why Shorty knew she shouldn't have even been there. She was there just to hang out with the girls.
a hot mess. But let's
Yes, they
get,
missed. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think, yeah, sorry. I'm all over the place. But let's get into Alfonso. And he finally calls the baby mama. Finally, calls the baby mama, makes it plain, but we'll get into that clip.
All right, so listen, I'm calling you because I'm getting help with myself and relationship stuff, and so I'm basically calling to apologize because you was right. I did stuff the wrong way. I've learned that, and let you know that you're still valuable to me. I ain't want you to feel like I cut you off and just throw you away like anything, but you're still valuable to me because my child's mother. So we got to make this work for him as well as for everybody, and make sure these families can come together and be as one.
Yes, you did cut me off. Yes, you did throw me by the way. You're healed now, so you're better. But I'm left broken. It's a certain way to do things in life. When you close the chapter, then you start with another one. You have a new chapter, and
listen, I was here for her. I was here for
But she said a lot in the small section that they get. She said a lot, and she basically co-signed on what Shay has been saying, that you have let this woman, she has the impression that she can come back into your life. And absolutely, she's not trying to be quiet about this. Yes, you threw me by the wayside. So now, because you're healed, but I'm left broken. She is basically close. And I bet you the mom, if he were to talk to the mom would probably say the same thing. Oh, so we're now supposed to accept this new girl. And although Shay knows that she's not new, and Alfonso doesn't look at her as new, but because he has not done things the right, and she even just said, there's a way you're supposed to be doing things, and you did not do it the right way. But he's just doing this 3 years later. She said a lot, and he tried to pull Dr. Ponytail's words. He tried to use, you're still valuable to me, but because you're my son's mother, but we got a co-parent. But I was like, this poor guy, like this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. And yeah, go ahead.
I agree. I like when she mentioned that he was a good father. You've been doing your part as a father, but when it came to me, you mishandled me. And it seems like she is able to separate the two, because some people want to put it, especially as a mother myself, I know that people want to put it all together, like, I've had your child, we should be together, we need to work. And it seems like that's not necessarily where she's coming from, but she's letting him know, you mishandled me. Sometimes as a mother, you just got to let it go and move on. And we can't wait around for an apology. We can't wait around for acknowledgement that the other person was wrong. You just got to be there to do the best for the child. So it seems like she still wants that apology. She still wants that acknowledgement. But sometimes you just gotta, you don't get your lick back. You just gotta be good and move forward. And so
I agree. And sometimes as a woman, we got to do that too. That just like, listen, we got to let it go. And he's let it go. We got to let it go. But I do think that he may have been holding her on a string. Like, he does love to let things pass and just think, oh, well, let me just let it pass. And things aren't just going to pass by. He probably didn't officially break up with her. And but at the same time, sis, it's been 3 years. Just like you said, let it go. Me as well. Hey, let it go. Uh, but now that she's had his child, excuse me, she wants more validation. She wants to be validated, and that's not going to happen. Anyway, go ahead.
Where am I? Am I muted? Oh,
yeah. So the clips, we couldn't get all the clips this time, so we had to do. So we're doing some sound things. We've seen like Chloe will do it. A couple of other people will do the sound things. We only got 3 clips this time because the internet was acting funky. So
they're doing some things with put a ring on it where I don't know what's going on. But anyway,
Yeah.
I will just play I thought it was going to show you the actual clip, but since it's blocking that, we'll just play the
Right, we're
sound.
just gonna play the sound. Yeah, he is non-confrontational. I agree with that. Like he will, but it's a difference between being non-confrontational and just
He's
letting things
passive.
passive. That's the word I'm looking for. Passive. Yeah, non-confrontational and just totally passive are two different things. He's just you need to in life as a 45-year-old man, you need to like, confront some things.
Right. It's he just wanted it to fall into place. He like he
And honestly,
just wanted to sit there and say they grown,
right.
everybody grown, just do what you're supposed to do.
They
No,
gonna figure it out. No.
right.
And honestly, I kind of look at Shay too as women. You don't have any kids. You definitely want kids. She's what in her 30s. He's 45. Like she has really um made some exceptions for this man. And I don't know that she's gonna will she regret or resent that in the future.
Right.
Go ahead.
So let's get into the good stuff. That's why we all here. But
Girl.
let's get into Kenneth and Shorty. I will play the little sound bite and we will go from there.
It's a little sound, but it's a big sound. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Just me as a man right now, who I am. I'm thinking about me. Marriage is the last thing I need. Yeah. Especially with a woman like you. Feel like a fool. Fool of a man. I've been so dedicated and willing to do anything. And
we'll stop there. What? You weak. What was your
What do you say? I'm a good man. What do you say? I'm a black man. What did he said something? He was on his bandstand. Listen, a drunk man speaks a sober mind. That's something my mother always used to say. He wanted so bad to make her feel something, but something in me says that just the way, and one, I think that she was really happy those cameras were there because she did not move from her spot until he started packing. Two, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna play that audio next because it was like Shorty was sitting there and she was calm and collected because she's like, "You're doing exactly what I want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing like, so, yeah." Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Yeah, she was calm and collected, and she's like, just seeing him drunk like this. First, she said, "This is not like him." But I want to go back because she said we finished, and y'all, we did not talk about this stupid tantric. What is it? Not even tantric. What it was this? The hugging or whatever.
Let's just call it awkward as hell because that's
That
what it
was
was.
awkward as hell. Like, do we pay for this? Is this somewhere in Atlanta where I gotta lay on a man's lap and then
First of all, they high key could have did that at home.
They absolutely could have did that.
They could have went to their own bed and just laid on his lap. I was like, did they really need to go to a studio with a fake?
Girl left, then she left. Let them talk, and it is cuddle yoga. Thank you, Mr. I was like, what's it called? Cuddle yoga? I was like,
they were on an air mattress in a studio with a blanket and a pillow. I'm like, they could have did that at home.
They could have done that at home. And then the lady left. So it wasn't even like a therapy session. Well, while you're sitting there, what do you want to talk about? Like, keep it positive. Nobody stood there and like led the conversation. The lady left.
Right. There was no mediation. So what was the point?
So what was the point? They could have done that at home, like you just said. It was stupid. It was stupid. So, but I really, before we get into the cartwheels, let's talk about this a little bit because what's his name? Kenneth wanted to do more of that type of thing. He said, I would love to do that, but I don't do that. And then as soon as they do that, she said, what's your plan? And he's like, well, I just want to, you're just going to have to wait and see. You're just going to have to wait and see. And it actually reminded me of Mavs, how we've been all wondering, what is this man's plan? What where's the money coming from? Something. And he said nothing. He didn't give her anything. So I was like, I can't blame Shorty on this. Like, she's like, and
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't give her anything. So what's your plan? Um, are you going to pay half the bills? Like, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? Tell me something. So he said nothing. And so he sits up and they so now they're going back and forth and he's getting frustrated. So that's when she said, after we got home, we continued the conversation that we had at the cuddle yoga place. And I told him where I stand. I think that Shorty said, I'm done with this relationship. She was very matter of fact. And it was kind of funny because she's sitting on the couch, calm, but he had already started drinking. But he was like, "You want some chicken? You want some chicken?" And she was like, "Just seeing him like this, I just don't want to deal with him." And I was like what? And then next thing, then it just
They
unraveled.
clearly had a fight. I think they had a
Oh,
fight
yeah,
before that.
they had
And
to.
that was like he was doing what he always does and trying to act like nothing happened. And for her to say the night before he was trying to propose to her, and then now it's this, like when he's calling her little ugly. And
He called her a little ugly at the very end, though. He called while she's throwing his suit coat out the
little
door.
ugly.
But in the middle, like let's go back before during the cartwheels. I'm gonna put Monique in the cartwheels up here. During the cartwheels, he went from we can be friends, we can be the best of friends. I love you.
That was a threat. That high key was a threat. That was not,
I
he
guess
didn't mean, it was
he
like
knew
when
that.
he said we can be the best of friends, I was like, he is going to try to do what he was doing before, stalking her, coming after her. So that, I think that's what he meant by we can be the best of friends. It was high key sounded like a threat to me. I was like,
All of that was very cringy, like you just said. All of that was not good at all. It was, I'll tell you, in the beginning, you could say, okay, he's drunk, he's upset, he knows that this relationship is ending. And honestly, when I say a drunk man speaks a sober mind, when they do stuff like this, he really doesn't want it to end. He knows that it's over, but he doesn't want it to end. So when he's saying all of these things, calling her little ugly and all of these things, he really there. That's the picture I was trying to pull up, but I was talking. So
I'm
I
sorry.
said, this is not good. I said, this man, no, keep it up. I said, this man, there's something up here. He even said, now I can't say that tomorrow I'm going to I can't say that tomorrow I'm going to change my mind and try to call her back and say, he said the old Kenneth would do that, but I'm not going to do that. I said the old Kenneth and the new Kenneth are the same man.
Exactly.
I said this man, like when you don't have the laying on the couch, and then she's like, you can get your feet off my couch that I bought and I paid for.
But we all know they in an Airbnb though.
Yes, that's true.
I was like, why? But he did take them shoes right off the couch though, as soon as she said that. So, but I was like, that was the part where I was a little like, okay, now you're doing a bit much because we all know
That
well, that's not really a place. But
yeah, you can tell that that's not her place or his place.
right.
But he went from you're the last woman I want to marry. I'm a grown ass man. He went from like boasting about himself and how what a great man that he is, to we can be friends. And I said, and now we find out he's a Gemini. So I was like, oh, this is the three faces of Kenneth right here. So he's going through all of the motions. He's grieving this relationship. And I said, this man does not want this to end. He's embarrassed. He said he was embarrassed. He said, I feel like a fool. And I bet you anything, she's witnessed this before. She's witnessed this before. So that's why she did not move. This was all the emotions. This was actually, this man was putting on a clown show. He was putting on a clown show. Go ahead.
He was, but I was thinking, like, it seemed very redundant. Like this this has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Even when she was like, "So, are you gonna call me tonight?" Begging and pleading again. She's like, "What? What? No! What are you like?" And I'm like, "Yes, you are." The way he let, first of all, I further believe that they didn't live there because all he left with was a bag of clothes, like a suitcase.
A suitcase. She put his shoes in the trash bags.
Those can't be all his clothes. So that's further let me know that he probably doesn't. They probably don't live there. But anyway,
they don't live there. I'm sure of it.
But it's like, but I agree with. He had a valid point when he said, "You chose me." Because she was saying all this stuff about you're not financially responsible, you're broke, you're this or that. He's like, but you chose me. And she did. And it's like she didn't have nothing to say after that. So that's where I don't like the put downs from Shorty to say, go and get a trash bag, like get the same trash bags you came in here with. You can leave with those same trash bags. It's like, but you was willfully carrying those trash bags at one point. So don't try to act like now, like you're above it. Like they're very much on the same level. And I feel like Shorty is trying to downplay the crap out of him. Yes, he's crazy. Yes, they don't need to be together, but humble yourself because you brought this man into your home, gave him access to your bank accounts. So those are things that you did.
So, but okay, Roro, you said that she said she chose his representative, but not for 3 years. Not for 3 years.
Right.
You can't choose his representative maybe for the first 6 months, but that reveals itself after a while. Him wearing the same clothes every episode. I don't like that's what clothes are for. That's what
they had a couple of turtlenecks. They had a couple
turtlenecks. As a matter of fact, he's had different clothes. Like when he goes out on these dates, or when he's sitting there with not Pastor. I was about to say Pastor Cal. Dr. Ponytail. They have him in like these corduroy jackets and stuff like that. I think that's the wardrobe stylist or whoever. I don't know. I haven't seen him in the same clothes every episode, but might be, maybe. I think those are his clothes. I don't know. Those look like his clothes, and those look like his shoes for sure. Some of those are his clothes. Though, whether Shorty bought those clothes for him or not, I don't know. But the suit, the packing. He said it's ASAP on this. So when are you going to get your stuff and go? Well, it's ASAP on this end. She said, well, start packing then. So, and he started.
She had to pack for him because he was laughing. He was carrying on. He was dancing, doing cartwheels. I agree with her on that point too. Like, why did you wait to do this till you were drunk? Why did you wait until? Why couldn't you said these things sober? I was like, she has a lot of valid points, but at the same time, I just don't like the condescending things that she does. But anyway,
she said that now that can be true. By the time I met the real man, I was already in love, but that she falls super hard for people. It's too quick. Then I just can't say that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Where was the Best Buy? Where was his Best Buy uniform? I did not
the best button down. The blue shirt and the
khakis. That Miami Vice suit coat. I definitely think that we could tell that he's got that stalker, that
yes,
that person. That's this guy. That's him. That's him, that stalker. Let me take screenshots of your bank accounts. All of that. That's this guy. Absolutely.
Once that buzz wears off, he's gonna be sitting there in the dark in somebody's house plotting on how to get her back.
But he even said, "Well, I call her in the morning and say, baby, I'm sorry. That was the old Kenneth. I think that's the new Kenneth too. That's the same. Right. That is this guy. That's him.
I could totally see him doing that.
When the first time say, I think when she met, he told her all the things he was about to do, and she was cool with it. Then none of that happened. I
I
agree with,
agree.
yeah, I agree with that. Oh, I'm gonna have a what's the blog skinny fat kid. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So she's like, well, what's the plan? If that's what you're gonna do, when are you going to do it? Am I giving you 6 months? What? When are we going to do this? And he couldn't come up with an answer.
He said, I want you to support me. I want you to have my back. I want you to, like we doing here. I want to come home and do this.
That's what he said.
Lord, I was like, what? But I agree. I definitely think he let her in the beginning. He led her to believe that he was more established than he was. I can see how that can happen. But when you live with someone, when you're sharing financial responsibilities, you see very quickly that what they said was not adding up, that there were some lies there were some fabrications. So how you got to 3 years, it's she gonna have to come in and explain that part. And I'm not fully believing that she was afraid to leave, because it's like she's done so much backpedaling and then being condescending with him. So I don't believe that the relationship lasting this long was solely because of his crazy-ish ways. I think she has a codependency. And I've been around people, I have family members like this, how they're with someone, they complain about them day and night, but they still don't leave. It's like they need something to complain about. They need someone there.
Okay, so I'm actually going to go with you on this, but I do have a question then. What about the 2 times she said that she has tried to leave this man twice? The first time he followed her, the second, so she has tried to leave. So if she's so codependent, and then she tries to leave, and then she falls back into the same cycle again, so it's not hard for her to leave. I feel like it hasn't been hard for her to leave. She has tried to pick up and leave twice, she said. And I feel like I can tell that by how still she was sitting on that couch. And I think that before those cameras were there, if we, like we're saying that this is the same Kenneth that has shown up before, she has probably met him in that with that energy. That's short, because we've seen her mouth can spit fire, right? So with those cameras, if those cameras aren't there, I wonder if she has spit back at him all of that energy that he's given her there in previous arguments and previous fights. She has come back at him, and now she's like, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna let him go off, let him do cartwheels, let him lay across that couch. I mean, to me, it was almost hard to watch. It was, so I was like, I wish you weren't so drunk when you're doing this. I wish that this was, yeah, I wish you weren't drunk. Yeah.
I agree, but it's like the backpedaling she did when he went on a date and had a good time. You saw her backpedal, and well, I want to work things out with Kenneth, and I want to give us all of my effort and really see, like, it was like a total like switch up.
Absolutely.
So that makes me think that there was really nothing stopping her from really leaving before. Yes, there was. I'm just saying it's not 100% the stalking, the sabotaging thing. That's all I'm saying, because the way she kind of backpedaled, she would go in on him, then she would pull back, then she would go in on him. It's like, which one is it? Which one is it?
I think maybe, I wonder. I was gonna say maybe she did that for the cameras, maybe she did that for the show, and I hate saying that. That's what I'm about to say. If she were just to be sitting there with Tavi and say like, well, maybe I should and have her closure date with Tavi, and she would, well, maybe I should give him a chance, and maybe I should. That would be stupid because you know that that's not what you want in your heart. Or for the last whatever how many weeks of episodes we've seen, this woman don't want this man, and then for her to be sitting there with Tavi and say, well, I want to give our relationship a try. I just thought that was the stupidest thing. And then you're sitting on his lap, or he's sitting on your lap. He's got his head in your little bitty lap, and she's like, "What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the Why would you do that? If you really want to give this a try, that's stupid. It's just stupid." So then y'all come home, have another fight. And also, he was drinking not just that glass, but then he was taking the bottle to the head. Like he was going at it. This man was tossed.
What about production though? We saw production barely step in way at the end. I would have thought production would have stepped in a lot sooner.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just thought they would have stepped in a lot sooner. Like he done did the cartwheel, he all in her face. He done called her a bunch of mofos. He like it's gone past its limit. And you see there was a point where he was at the kitchen and you can see like the anger in his face.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like, when
you can see the anger in his face. First of all, chugging Moscato. Moscato is the wrong thing to be chugging. That's hilarious. Right. But besides that, you just mentioned production. That was maybe 7 minutes, and production stepped in once and said, "Come on, Kenneth," tried to get him to pull back a little bit. I feel like that had been going on for at least an hour. That had been going on for much longer than we saw. And that's what I'm wondering about. How long had this been going on before production said 2 words to him? So finally production says, "Come on, Kenneth." And we know it's almost like they wanted to let us, the audience, know that they were there. But they still were like, well, as long as he doesn't hit her, then we're going to step back. We're not going to do anything. To me, production had been going on for an hour or two, and maybe even 2 hours. That had been going on because she said the night after the cuddle session, we're talking more, and then this is the next day. So this has been going on for a while. Production stepping out, all he said was, "Come on, Kenneth." That's it. That was this is very cringy. This is the real Kenneth.
But I don't think this is really the real Kenneth. I think this was just like one of the phases of him getting to the real Kenneth. I think he can be very much worse than because he was still holding back here. Because there was still the presence of cameras, production. Imagine if they were by themselves. I feel like it would have been way much worse. But
true, and I also think if they were by themselves, she probably would be given as good as she got, or I don't know, because she said, "Oh, let me help you pack since you're too drunk to get packing. Let me help you pack." And she was like, "He came in here with trash bags. I'm getting him out of here with the same trash bags he came in with." I mean, I think this is definitely part of what we saw. This man was doing cartwheels. He was dancing.
He laid himself across that couch.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God. I'm going to play the audio of this clip and then we'll talk about this some more.
Or separate ways. You could get your foot off my couch that I bought, though. You could do that. No contribution and no respect.
Blessed be the name of our Father.
Okay, so when we breaking up? When we moving out?
Hey.
Today?
Why not?
All right.
Let's be friends. If you don't want to be that, I'm cool with that too, you hear me? Because I'm a man at the end of the day, and I'm somebody special. I got talent, I'm exceptional, and I'm strong, and I'm smart.
And I'm a proud black man, so you ain't gonna make me feel no kind of way. Gangster.
Welcome to the real Ken.
I ain't felt so free and so long. I thought that was straight. I love you, my friend. We're gonna be the best of friends, though. I can reassure you that.
I am completely embarrassed by the way that Ken is carrying on right now with the pacing and drinking and joking and being in my face. After all this disrespect, you want to be friends. We're not going to be friends.
Okay. Do you think this is really the end for him? Do you think Kenneth is really just going to leave her alone now?
No, I think that he called her maybe not the next day because that headache, that hangover, that affected him. But I think he at least called her that next night. I don't. And also, he said he was 35. I don't think he's 35. I never thought he was 35. But I think he called her. I thought he's what, 27, 28. But I think that he called her 2 days later, and I think that he may have not. I don't know. I just don't see that he apologized. But yeah, I don't think this is the end. I don't think this is the end.
I'm ready for next week. I want to see what Dr. Nicole has to say about this. I really do.
That's what. Thank you, First Home. Thank you. This is what I truly believe. That's why I said it was really kind of hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
And I wish he wasn't drunk, because you could tell when he's saying, I'm a proud black man, I'm talented, I'm all of these things. He's not living up to his own potential, and he is frustrated with himself as well. I totally believe that. I believe that, like, when I say a drunk man speaks a sober mind, like, these are the things he's wanted for himself, but for whatever reason, he has blocked himself, and now he's in here doing cartwheels and drinking. And that's why I said I wish he was saying it was, if we had seen him like that, but sober, if he's saying all these things, hey, we can be friends, we can do like whatever, but not drinking while doing it, I would have felt a little better. I was like, this is kind of hard to watch. I'm watching it, but I'm like,
it was like he was saying it to himself. Like,
yes.
He was trying to make himself believe it.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You can see it in his eyes. Like, it was almost like I'm trying, things aren't going how I planned. I don't know what to do. But at the same time, he doesn't have the maturity to just say, you know what, this is what I want to do.
Want to break up.
I don't know how to get there. Like, he just doesn't know how to say that. And even at the little cuddle yoga, it's like he couldn't just vocalize it. He just got irritated. Like, you gonna keep asking the same questions. I'm gonna go and do what I'm gonna do, and you gonna support me. It's like he couldn't just. Let me not laugh. He couldn't just articulate. There is this part of Kenneth that just needs more guidance. Absolutely. He needs a mentor. He needs someone that's pushing him in the right direction. And Shorty has to know that. Shorty knows his upbringing. Shorty knows the odds that he's been up against in his life.
You're not going to get that motivation from Shorty, though. And he wishes.
No, I'm not expecting Shorty to give it. I'm saying she knows that he himself doesn't have the answers to those questions. I think she knows that, but it's like she's trying to prove a point. Like, I get her point, but to expect him to have those answers and expect him to do certain things, I think she knows that he needs guidance. She probably knows. I don't know about, obviously he spoke about his mother. I don't know about his father, but there's somewhere there where he's lacking guidance. He's lacking someone that can show him how to be a man, how to be a provider, how to be a protector. He's lacking that. And so she knows that. So to keep asking him, I see his irritation. I see what you're saying, Crystal. I don't expect Shorty to carry all the weights on her back, but this man didn't come from the best upbringing.
Yeah, this man didn't come from the best upbringing, and like I said, you're not going to get that motivation from him. And we even saw that when his brother came to visit. Any girlfriend that's going, and when you do wrong, going to go call your mama. That's not the woman that you should be with. Is she going to be that motivation for you? Is she going to be that one to be that helpmate and say, "Okay, let me lead you. Let me guide you into the right direction"? But I do think this is him wishing he was there, and him not wanting this to break up. Like him saying, going from every emotion, "Oh, we can be the best of friends. I love you," and throwing her kisses, and just going from "I'm a strong black man," and like he's trying to prove something to her.
Talented.
Yeah, I'm talented. Yeah, saying all of these things. "I'm a strong black man. I'm talented. I'm all of these things. We gonna be the best of friends, though." Yeah, this was a grieving of a relationship for him. He didn't want this to end. And also, this was the real him. This was part of, we saw what Shorty's kind of been talking about for a while, unfortunately. Go ahead.
I agree. What did you say?
Oh, I was reading Joshua. Like he said that he doesn't have drive. That's why he is not where he wants to be in life. He couldn't have been accomplished. He couldn't have accomplished his goals. Yeah, and it's too bad.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. But I think it's a lot of things. I think when you know better, you do better.
Right.
So I think a lot of the time he just doesn't know any better, and he's trying to figure everything out himself instead of really. Y'all are hilarious.
I agree, though. When you know better, you do better. And when you have somebody that's going to be that person to motivate you and to really be like that one that's by your side the whole time. But if he doesn't see that in her, and he needs to have that, he needs to do better with that.
I get it, but that's not all on Shorty as far as motivating him. I think he really needs a mentor, a life coach. He needs it all.
He needs it all. That's true. He needs it all. He needs it all, and he's not going to get it from. Honestly, he got an awakening. This was honestly an eye opening for him. Maybe this was him acting like this and dancing and doing cartwheels and laying on. Maybe this was an eye opening for him, and it's like, I need to do better. Hopefully, I don't know. I say that, and then
I don't know. I don't think we'll have to wait till next episode.
I've been hearing about his YouTube channel. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah,
you're right, because the YouTube channel did come after filming, where he's posting all the clips of him and Shorty, and
maybe.
But then, no, we'll wait.
I feel like when we see a lot of these people, like even on maps, sometimes when they see themselves, they're like, oh, like they get an awakening, and then sometimes they don't. So maybe, and they just blame editing. So I just think this is going to be, I think this is going to, hopefully, this is going to show him something. But I think this is what Shorty wants, because they're going to get into an argument, because he's going to show up to the counseling session with Dr. Ponytail. They're going to get into an argument next week. So they got to finish this process. Exactly. This is gonna be real fun. Him and these cartwheels and laying on the couch, like it. I'm telling you, y'all, that did not go on. We saw the last 10 minutes of the show was this. This went on probably at least an hour or two.
Right, at least.
So what? Okay, so I'm gonna throw the question back to you. Do you think the production should have intervened?
I think so. I think they should have, at least to make Shorty feel protected, because you have a man First of all, when it's female on female, they quick to jump in, stand in between, pull people back, hold them. But when it's a man on a woman, it's like no one's presence is to be found. So I think as for Shorty being a member of the staff, why not show that you're there to protect her? I get it. You want ratings, you want the drama. Okay. But if we would at least saw somebody standing in the corner,
right,
like with a little earplug in their ear, even though they ain't gonna do nothing, at least just have them like there was none of that, which was weird to me.
I agree with that. I think that I was like, why aren't they doing something more? Why didn't they why didn't they break the fourth wall before that? Because they didn't do anything until right before he started packing. So I just thought that was really interesting. And really they didn't do too much. They did, because I was hoping to hear some more. Maybe they're saying stuff to him, but we're not hearing it. But they didn't intervene practically at all. I agree with you on that. They should have done something more. And maybe she did feel more comfortable. Maybe somebody was standing right behind her or standing. I believe somebody was standing 5 feet away. I do believe that. I think somebody was.
I hope so. And it's like, even when she spoken out and said things about she never got her one-on-one with Dr. Nicole, different things that she felt were unfair that were done on the show. And then to see this happen and not really see protection for her, or at least, and it's not even all about it, just make her feel like she's safe in that instance. I don't know, but that it's rough. It's rough. I was, as a woman, seeing a man getting that close, I know me myself, no matter how strong I think I am, I would feel threatened.
Yeah, I would.
I would have some punches might have been thrown just out of reflex because you're in my personal space and I don't know what you're gonna do next. So
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. And she's so tiny, but we've seen, I think that she's seen this before. Like she said, him drinking was not like him, but him acting like that. What did you say? Seeing Kenneth, what did you play the clip? Seeing Kenneth act like that was surprising, but I've seen this before. She said that or something like that.
Yeah, he did walk out of the door with his little camouflage backpack. And I was like, and that's what makes me think this is not the real home. Because where was his toothbrush? You ain't got no face wash. You just saw him with the piles of clothes on the bed, throw them in the backpack, and then leave. So that was like,
that's interesting.
And you have a cooking blog, and you ain't take no pots and pans, spatulas with you.
Does he really have a cooking blog, or is he just starting this cooking blog? But what is interesting is you do have a point. Like, I feel like, was this scene produced? Like, did they just bring clothes over? Maybe he probably had some toiletries. He had some toiletries somewhere. I just think, I definitely believe you that I agree with that. That this is an Airbnb. This is a rented place, because there's nothing on the walls. There's no pictures. Like, I don't have a lot of things on the walls, but I have stuff that you could tell is mine. Like, you know what I mean? But I just think this is very odd. Yeah. Him and his little camouflage backpack walked out the door. But he's gonna call her tomorrow. He'll call her in 2 days after the hangover wear off. Because he said he's the comeback king, though. Like, he has really tried to come back, get back with her several times.
I agree. We're gonna have to wait till next week.
We're gonna have to wait till next week.
Crazy.
Because him, this YouTube channel is like really saying that he's one way, but Shorty's presenting him a different way. She's just presenting him a different way. Yeah, this did we talk about yeah. So next week we're gonna find out about what's her name. The conversation with Shay and Fonzie.
And the
If
baby mama. Hopefully we get to meet the baby mama. I want to see this sit down with the baby mama, Shay and Alfonso. I want to see that.
Wait, did they say they're gonna have a sit down?
They're supposed, I think that's the next step. I don't know. I don't remember. I think Alfonso said that that's what's going to happen next is they're all going to have a sit down. And
I thought he was gonna have a sit down with his mother, not with the baby. Well, probably with his mother, not the mother of his child. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay. We're gonna see where this is gonna go, y'all. This was fun. Let us know what you guys think about the dancing, Kenneth of it all, dancing and cartwheeling, and he's just like he's trying to present like he's happy that this relationship is over, but he's not. He's not. He's hurt. I think he has hurt his feelings, and this is how this is how he's showing it.
Exactly. Well, thank y'all for tuning in with us and letting us know your thoughts in the comments. This show it's a lot, but it's good. We thank y'all for coming in and joining us every Sunday.
And we're gonna be talking about it because we might be bringing back Mavs for Misha and I, especially since they're gonna be in San Diego. So we're gonna be we're gonna be looking at that. All right. Good night, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.